Good morning. It's Johnny Sunshine. Guys, it's fucking Monday, January 20th. You know what day it is, guys? Can you imagine what day it is? It's Martin Luther King Day. How apropos. It's also Inauguration Day. I have no idea what's going on. I don't care. For some of you guys, most of you know I'm an unabashed liberal Democrat. Donald Trump does not come off to me as a nice person. He, you know, I wouldn't work for him, you know, because there's a damn good chance I wouldn't get paid, or if I did get paid, it would be a lot less than we agreed to. That's just how he rolls. But we're ready to take a different direction in this country today. I know a lot of people are afraid. If you're a hard-working immigrant who, you know, just wants to have a better life like every one of us. My family were Irish immigrants. And there's going to be the guys, well, they need to come here legally. Yeah, we know that, guy. We know that. But why don't we pass an immigration reform bill? It's been like 20 years since we've done that. These people work very hard. They're a huge part of our workforce in this country. They do everything. Everything. They clean our fucking hotels. They cook in the kitchen. Jesus Christ, they even Cat's Deli in New York City. They make pastrami sandwiches in a Jewish fucking deli. Come on, guys. They're all Hispanic guys who work there now. Come on. There are a lot of people running scared today, wondering what's going to happen to them. You know, we'll see what happens. I went to the store today and bought some food, and I just made a mental note of how much this stuff costs. And over the next 4 years, I'll be making more and more mental notes on how much things cost. And Donnie boy, he's great at making excuses. He'll be making excuses as to why food prices aren't coming down, and why gas prices aren't coming down, and why he hasn't done a mass deportation. He ain't gonna do that, guys. It was a bunch of bullshit to get elected. And he knows that these immigrants do a lot of the work in this country. They do a lot of the work at Mar-a-Lago, as a matter of fact. So, you know, he's a bullshit artist. He bullshitted the majority of people who voted in this election. And now we're stuck with this guy for 4 years. And I'm going to continue to not watch the news. I don't want to carry around the weight of the world. I put up a good fight. I was in there doing what I thought I needed to do, and we lost this battle, but we didn't lose the war by any means. So it is what it is, guys. I will tell you, man, that I took off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just because I was so beat up, man, physically. My everything hurt, man. My hip still hurts from laying on my side working in these cabinets. My back hurts. I just called Massage Envy to get a 2-hour massage with a female therapist, and they don't have any females available. They had a male which, you know, Johnny ain't paying no male to rub on my body. And it just reminds me of the joke of the guy who goes in to get a massage with a male therapist, and about 15-20 minutes in, he says, "Is it normal to get an erection when you're doing this?" And the therapist says, "Oh, yeah, it's normal." And the guy getting the massage says, "Well, can you get it out of my face?" That's how I feel. I don't need no fucking guy rubbing on my body, man. Hell no. So I'm hoping I put myself on a list for cancellations. I'm hoping somebody doesn't show up and I can get a massage for at least an hour, but an hour and a half or 2 hours would be great. Because I'm going to tell you guys, I got up periodically to eat, but I slept all weekend, man. All weekend, and my body hurts even more from sleeping. But I just needed time off, and this guy, the people who are in my Airbnb, they really are like oil and water. We're just not mixing, and it's not the woman, it's the guy. I mean, every time I look out there, he's poking around in something. You know, he's got that list of stuff that I say you can do here, and he's out there, he's gonna use every fucking bit of it. He can't figure out light switches. I saw him out there the other night fucking around out near my outside kitchen. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm trying to find the light switch." I was like, "Well, it's on the fucking wall, buddy." You know? He just, So anyways, I had somebody that had the Airbnb. After them, there was a 3-day opening, and I made it available for somebody if they wanted to come for 3 days, which is way less than the normal amount you have to book this place for. I think it's 5 days. And somebody booked it, and then they canceled, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to block those 3 days so that I can recover from this guy, man. He's just, his energy, and he's a good guy, but, you know, he's just too fucking nice. You know what I'm saying, guys? Some people are just over the, you know, they want to be your pal. I'm not looking for a pal. Just get in here, sleep, and get the fuck out. Go do something. My house ain't the fucking vacation destination. It's just a place for you to sleep, man. So anyways, every time I come home, this guy's got the spa running, and, you know, I have to teach him how to do everything. And compared to all the other guests that I've had, this guy is really just pushing it. And he doesn't treat my dogs good, you know. I mean, it's clearly stated on my fucking channel. I mean, on my site on Airbnb that I have dogs, man. So don't be coming to my house shooing my dogs and treating them like shit, you know. And he has. I've seen him a couple of times, so I try to just keep him in the house. And that's the straw that broke the camel's back, man. Don't fuck with my doggies, you know. They're nice. It's not like they're doing something terrible. But anyways, I'm taking this day off again. I'm not going to watch. I did hear a few days ago that they were thinking about doing the inauguration inside because of the cold weather, the bitter cold. And yeah, that probably doesn't sit well with Donnie Boy. Donnie wants that crowd size. He doesn't care if they die from fucking hypothermia. He just wants you out there. You know, he needs that picture for himself. So, whatever. He won, and this is it. Mikey Pipes was up bright and early. Fucking had bedhead, and he looked like he was hungover. But he was up early fucking ranting and raving about today it starts. Today it starts, yes. Cruelty on display for the whole fucking world to see. Let's do it, guys. Let's go. So I'm going to tell you what happened to me on Saturday morning. I woke up and I went out to make a cup of coffee to start my day and realized I didn't have any coffee. So I went back to bed. And then I ended up at Publix on Saturday evening, but they didn't have anything on sale. And I just feel like I'm getting ripped off. So I didn't buy any coffee. I thought I'm just going to go to Detweiler's and get, you know, the standard 12 ounces of coffee for $6-7. It's good coffee. I like it. But I never did that. So I woke up Sunday morning with no coffee. And I was like, fuck, I'm just going to go back to bed because I don't have coffee, man. So I went a couple of days, man, without coffee. And I'll tell you what, my body does not take to that well. So anyways, I went today and they did have some Starbucks coffee, which I don't like the guy who owns Starbucks. I think he's a fucking scumbag, billionaire. You know, he doesn't have time to break a little bigger piece off for his workers who are earning him those billions and billions and billions of fucking dollars. You know. So I kind of boycott. I never drink them. I mean, I got a few questions for people when I meet them. Who do you like, the Red Sox or the Yankees? What kind of coffee do you drink? Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks? And if your answer is the Yankees and Starbucks, we can't be friends, man. It's as simple as that. We can't be friends, man. Anyways, I bought that coffee. It was buy one, get one free. So I paid about $13 for 2 bags of coffee, which is good. So I'm drinking my coffee and I'm already feeling better. But I do have, like, you know, stiffness in my, and I can't use my spa because this guy and his girl, they're out there all the fucking time, and I just don't want to mingle with them. So I'm a member of the YMCA. I'm going to go down there and I'm going to hit the steam room. I'm going to hit the sauna. I'm going to hit the fucking swimming pool. I'm going to hit the whirlpool. It's a beautiful place. Really, really nice. And I'm paying for it. I might as well use it. So that's what I plan on doing this morning after I do this and get some coffee in me. But I want to tell you, I had a great week. I am going to continue to not talk about politics. But today's a big day. I know a lot of you guys are out there just happy as a fucking pig in shit. Because Donnie Boy's going to be driving the bus now. Yep. Crazy motherfucker with a bad hairdo. Let's go! Just fucking a wake of damage behind him. But that's what we want, you know, cruelty. That's really what it's about. We just want to be cruel, you know? And we can justify it on the smallest of, whatever. So I got to tell you a story, guys. I put a big thing up the other day about my mom and her birthday, right? Now, I looked at the clock, my phone, and I could have sworn it said January 19th. So I put this whole video together and posted it. And I enjoyed doing that. But it was the 18th. And then on the 19th, I get a call from my sister, who is, she's got blood issues too, like I have. You know, she's a lot older than I am. Not a lot, but I think she might be 70, 76, something like that. Maybe, I don't know, 78. But she's got issues with her blood. And the other day, she was having a lot of problems. throwing up black shit, which is blood. She ended up at the hospital in a fucking rescue, and her red blood count was very, very low. I think she said in the 4s, which, you know, you're close to being dead at that point. But she said she got like 10 fucking blood transfusions, and she had the same issue, man, that she could have sworn that it was the 19th, the day she went into the hospital, but it was the 18th. And she was actually arguing with the people that, no, it's the 19th. And it's just strange that me and her both had the same problem. And then I thought, you know, being the cynical political guy that I am, Donald Trump probably changed the date. Had the people in power just change the date because I don't want to get inaugurated on Sunday. Or whatever, I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, so guys, if you can, this is another one of my sisters, man. We're getting to the point in my family where we're all getting older, and health issues are real, you know, they're front and center, man. We're getting old, and shit happens to you when you get old. And thank God she's somewhere where they have good, smart doctors who believe in what they do, medicine. She's in Connecticut. But, strange story. So today's Inauguration Day. And, let's see what my prayer says for today. It says, this is hilarious, January 20th. Approach this day with awareness of who is boss. Not Donnie. Yeah, not Donnie. As you make plans for the day, remember that it is I who orchestrates the events of your life. On days when things go smoothly according to your plans, you may be unaware of my sovereign presence. On days when your plans are thwarted, be on the lookout for me. I may be doing something important in your life, something quite different from what you expected. It is essential at such times to stay in communication with me. Accepting my way is better than yours. Don't try to figure out what is happening. Simply trust me and thank me in advance for the good that will come out of it all. I know the plans I have for you, and they are good. And this is Isaiah 55, 9-11, and Jeremiah 29, 11. These are all things that are in the Bible. This is just a great book. I love it, and it just speaks to me, man. I can read this paragraph, small paragraph right here. It's this book, Jesus Calling, and I don't know, man. It just speaks to me. It's not over the top religious, you know, damning other people, and you know, I really like this. I don't feel uncomfortable reading it, and it works for me. And what it does is it makes me think, man. It's a prompt. It's a prompt for me when I read each sentence. It's a prompt for me to kind of look at my life and my situation right now, and it just is incredible how almost every sentence applies to my life, a situation I'm going through that day. Like the first sentence: approach this day with awareness of who is boss. Yeah. It's fucking Donald Trump ain't the boss, guys, and he sure as hell ain't the second coming of Christ. So we're gonna get through this. We're gonna see. Maybe they're right, man. Maybe I'm wrong in all that I believe and think. Maybe the people who voted for him are smarter than I am. We'll see. Time will tell. But I'm going to get busy again today. Once I get this coffee in me, Looking forward. I was really in a good groove, man, at work. Working and taking each job, which always seems to be a tough job for me, and I think they'd be tough for any other plumber. It's not my approach that turns these jobs into a fucking total nightmare. It's just every job that I go to, it just seems like that one job where I had to replace all those shutoff valves, man. It was just a disaster. Nothing was done right in that house. The laundry tubs flopping all over the place, never tightened down to the countertop. The faucet's not right. And it's because these people are cheap, man. They think that the old saying, good work isn't cheap and cheap work isn't good, is absolutely correct. This guy wanted somebody who's going to do his job cheap. They could have gone in there and burned the fuck out of those cabinets. They probably wouldn't even have been able to get those shut-off valves off without the tools that I had to, blow the water out of there and give me just enough time to get that stop off and clean the solder off. So I felt like I was I was taking each call as they came. And instead of, for me, I realized that where a lot of the stress comes out on these jobs is, I'm a firm believer in this saying that if it's hard, if you're struggling with something, it's most likely because you're doing it wrong. And the problem is with the jobs that I go to, is they are wrong. I mean, there's no reason why you would cut those copper stub out so close to the back of a cabinet. It's just ridiculous, man. But now I'm faced with that, and I realize, I've got an acetylene torch, but the pop torch really is nice, because with the acetylene torch, I can't turn it off without fumbling around and, so you can burn stuff with an acetylene torch in that situation. But if you get in the right position with your pop torch, you turn it on, you heat it up, and instead of turning the flame away, you just let the trigger go so the fucking flame goes out. It works a lot better. You know what I mean? I realized that. Just use the button and I can turn the flame on and off and do what I have to do without burning the shit out of a cabinet or burning the fucking house down. Very, very stressful. This guy, he came from the Middle East, like Emo, and they try to get shit out of you for nothing, They're always saying, hey, well, that's messed up too. I'm like, hey, man, your whole fucking house is messed up, but I got to draw the line on what I'm going to fix, And they were tough customers, especially when the guy had the balls to say, he's overcharging me. I'll bet you not one customer goes into his dental office and gets out of there without a $25,000 fucking bill. And I told him that to his face, looking at him in the phone, because they had that, I don't know, video shit. And I told his wife, I said, I need to talk to him face to face. I need him to hear what I'm saying, and I need to be looking at him when I say it. I said, I know what overcharging feels like, buddy. I've been to the fucking dentist before, and he didn't say a goddamn thing. So I'm almost to the point where I don't want to discriminate against these people, but it appears that these Middle Eastern people are just cheap as can fucking be, man. They are tight, and it's not comfortable to work for them, man. I'm getting to the point where I'm just gonna, Emo was one thing. He's kind of a funny guy and, goofy, but he was the same way, never wanting to pay full price, and it's just how they are, man. And unfortunately, I may turn them away. Like, you don't want to do a fucking litmus test on your customers. Like, okay, all right, so you live over here, and by the way, what country are you from? Oh, yeah, we don't work for you guys anymore because you're fucking cheap. You don't want to do that, but let me tell you, it just appears that these guys don't want to pay full price for anything, man. But it's Monday morning. It is Inauguration Day. Johnny needs to get his body moving again. I was supposed to have the Amigos show up on Saturday, and they didn't show up. And I'm thinking, you know, by the end of today, there could be ICE out rounding up people and just fucking, you know, taking them and leaving all their shit wherever it lay. I don't know what you do with these people. You know, my amigo, the guy that I use all the time, he's got a truck full of tools that he bought from Home Depot. He works every day of the fucking week. But if they come in and they grab him, they're going to impound his truck, I'm sure, with his livelihood in the back of it. I don't know. I'm just not feeling encouraged like we're going to be moving in a better direction. But time will tell, man. Time will tell. I can't see prices coming down at the market. I can't see gas prices getting too much below fucking $3 a gallon. And time will tell who was right in choosing this guy. I mean, we have now a cabinet full of billionaires, and typically billionaires are not people who are looking out for the, you know, they're not really humanitarians, is what I'm trying to say. They're all about themselves, man. About fucking, you know, getting every dollar they can, and the way they do that is by not giving it away, not being generous, not being fair, you know. So we'll see. We got Elon Musk, you know, right in the inner workings of the government now, which is just a terrible thing, man. To think that this guy knows all of our fucking secrets and what he will use that against us. Unfortunately, he can sell this shit to anybody. He has no fucking loyalty to anybody but himself, and we'll see what happens, guys. So that's going to do it for this video today. I'm not going to talk about politics again, but today I had to, and it is what it is, guys. We're all on this fucking train. Who knows where the fuck it's going, but we'll all find out soon enough, Jackson. Some of you will be very happy about the direction, and like I said, it's going to be nothing but cruelty. The cruelty, yeah, whatever, you know, cruelty train has left the station. Here we go now.